Live.
Once again, we are live. It's Sunday night, which means we're back in the man cave once again. Do appreciate you all taking the time out your Sunday schedule to rock with us. Know a lot of things going on. The Bucks just got done playing. Sorry to the Buck fans. No, uh, sorry, coach. I know we got Halloween for the kids that's out there taking a part of that. So appreciate y'all giving us a few minutes of your time, man. We don't take it for granted. Before we get started, I want to say what's up to the number one PG, number one coach. What's going on with you fellas?
What's up? What's up? A lot
Oh
of
man,
anticipation for this broadcast.
yeah, man. It's been a week, man. It's been a week. We came on. We did a little extra than we normally do on Tuesday. Came in to address a couple things, and so we back now. And tonight we got a lot of content. But before we get to that, want to see if the PG, if you got anything on your dome, you
Yeah, I
wanna
do got some on my
you know.
dome today. I wanted to ask you guys. I know we probably talked about it before, but it's about AAU and just in Polk County general. Are we lacking player development from third grade through eighth grade that our kids are pretty much two steps behind when it comes to playing travel basketball in the high school level because we don't get as many kids on circuit teams. So is it that the focus from the AAU is on winning and the kids that are not developed? What do you think we can do to what kind of advice can we give to the programs out there that will help our kids once they leave middle school actually play on a competitive high school team that opens the door up to be the Tony Bradleys and those guys again?
I guess my first question, and I'll let Coach answer, is that the goal for every kid to play on a circuit team? Is that us? I want to say we talk about it a lot. We feel like that's kind of the gateway to next level exposure, competition, whatever. But is that the goal of a lot of these kids in today's market to go to a circuit type team?
Well, let's look at subtract Walt out of the equation. How many D1 players have we had since in the last 6 years, 5 or 6 years?
Uh, does Keyshawn count?
Yeah,
He last 5 6 years. Then Dorian from Winter Haven.
them two from Winter Haven.
From Winter Haven, they count, I guess. Luke from Lakeland.
That's
He went,
three.
he went D1. Even I mean, he not, but he went D1 out of high school. So that's three.
Well, Luke, what type of team did Luke play on?
No, you asking the first part. I know you finna make a point. I'm answering your first part of your question. Is that's three. Um,
And all three of them played on a shoe circuit team.
Yeah, so you can't count those guys.
You
Or
said
they
that didn't that. So you
that
asked
did.
me who didn't play on a shoe circuit team that has went D1. Be zero from the county.
so if you don't play on a shoe circuit team, you're not going to D1.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Are
No,
we
I'm
lacking
not saying
player
you're saying it. I'm
development?
saying is that the kind of
So it seems to me like we lack the player development. So those kids that are looking to play Division 1 basketball, it kind of seems like it need to be on the circuit then. With yeah, like they need to play at that level. Um, and if they're not doing that, then I guess the reality needs to come in on what level you need to be trying to play and the anticipation where your game at. Because I just think we're missing it from the beginning.
I
Because
think it goes back to
win is more important.
what you said a couple weeks ago about those business decisions and when you make those decisions. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of kids don't, a lot of parents don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. They're not looking, they're not making chess moves. You know what I'm saying? They're playing checkers right now. They just want their kid just to go out there, have fun, win. They're not looking at what's down the road. You know, they're not thinking about fundamentals and getting training for those kids from third to eighth grade, especially here in the county where football is God. You know, football is king here. And the thing is, it's like, I think now we have more specialized kids than we ever had. Like in the county, we always had kids that played multiple sports.
Yeah, turn the fan off.
And if you're going to be a specialized kid, I mean, you really got to work on your game. Like that should be all you do all day long. When you get up, you should work on your game. Then go to school. After school, should be working on your game. If you want to be at that elite level, but if you're not going to put in that type of work, then you need to play multiple sports anyway. You know, increase your chances in getting a scholarship. Like especially if you like 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2". I mean, they can get those from anywhere. So what's going to separate you from the next person if you're not putting in that type of work? You know what I'm saying? Like when you mention like Tony Bradley's special, he's 6'10". You know what I'm saying? Even Keyshawn like 6'6", 6'7", he jumps out the gym. He has something that makes him special. You know, what makes you special, especially if you like under 6'5" in the basketball game, then you dime a dozen. So what's going to separate you? You got to be an elite shooter, or you got to be like Allen Iverson. Like you can find ways to score. I mean, but you have to work on that early. Like I said, it's a business decision way back in middle school. You know, getting those kids training, working on your game. Like you always can dribble, work on your handles. You know, working on dribble pull ups. You know, things like that. How
Yeah.
to create space to get your shot off.
And then my
So
second part to the question for y'all both, because you, Barnes, you started the program, which was the Lakeland Fine. Billy D, you've been coaching up on the multiple elite programs, and you've done it this year, Billy D. Is winning more important to brag about, or is playing up to get your kids prepared to compete against better competition more important on AAU? Because nowadays it seems like, I don't know if the coaches are doing it, but it just seems like winning is the blueprint for travel ball. When I've always been under the impression that you develop the kids, you compete against a higher level to win at a certain time. But nowadays it's like people are more. It's more like, hey, we won this tournament, we won that tournament. Compared to what you did this summer, you played 16s all summer.
Yes, all summer.
What do you guys? How do you guys feel about that?
All right. So the thing is that you really find out about your kids by putting them up against adversity. You figure out what type of kids that you have, and what you need to work on. We started out slow out the gates, and eventually we picked it up where we were beating, um, you know, even shoe company teams. And the thing is that in order for those kids to play at an elite level, we got to prepare them for it. And playing their age group was not going to help them. It was not going to make them better. You know, putting those kids up against the odds and just, you know, see how they respond. And then they responded in a big way. You know, we was able to get kids offers, not because they was playing at their age group, because they were playing up. And then when coaches found out, like, hey, no, this is a ninth grade group, like, you know, it really sparked interest. So I'm all about, you know, putting your kids against adversity. You know, especially young teams. Young teams, go ahead and put them up an age group or two, you know, and just see how they respond. Because when they do play against the age group, you know, they're supposed to dominate. They're supposed to be ready. But what are they going to do when they play against those elite teams? You know, you're not going to play elite teams in like these little mom and pop tournaments around here. And I think a lot of the teams around here struggle because they play in those type of tournaments. So when they do make it to a major tournament, they don't perform well. So you got to get them prepared. And by getting them prepared, the approach that we take is, playing them up an age group.
Bar.
Um, I think that kind of got two parts to it. If you got a team that has the talent, I think talent got to have something to do with it because you put a team up that's not good, and I mean, it's probably do more harm than good. And Coach Case, he had a good team. He had some talent, so playing them up didn't necessarily hurt them because they were talented enough to compete. Like early on with the fire, when we were learning how to play basketball, um, I don't know if we would have played up because I don't think we had the talent to compete up. But probably about 2 or 3 years in, when our talent got better, then there were some tournaments that we did play up here and there. We didn't play every tournament up, but we did play some here and there because, like you said, if you done been to a couple of tournaments and you beat everybody by 40 and 30 and got a running clock, then at that point it becomes a moot point for you to keep playing that competition. You got to go up to get your kids some work. So I just think it goes along with the team, but and you know your team better than anything. Coach knew that his team could go and compete at that level, even if they didn't win. Like you said, first they wasn't winning. He had the talent to go and compete, and you knew it wasn't gonna end how he started. So some of the five teams we felt good about playing up because we felt like they could compete. But some of them it was like man, it'd done more harm than good to put them up there. So I think it kind of goes along with the team. But I think the decision has to be to your point. I think the question or the point you're trying to make. I think the decision has to go to the type of team you got, not the coach, as opposed to what his agenda is. Is he just like you said? He just want to get W's, or do he want the kids to get the full experience? I guess that's what you're saying. So if you look at the team as opposed to your record or your resume, I think it should always go toward the team that you got, not the coach and how he feel and where he trying to be and if he trying to pad his stats. I
But
think
one thing we also got to consider is their job to get those kids ready to play high school ball. So, playing at a top level competition, I think is important. You know what I'm saying? Just to make those kids compete because, once you start playing high school, it's no age group. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're a freshman or a senior, they just throwing you out there to them sharks. Ain't nobody saying like, oh, that team is young. No, if you playing varsity ball, whether you're a freshman or a senior, you expected to produce. You know what I'm saying? So third to eighth grade, they really need to get those kids ready, what I'm saying, to make it high school team and compete. That's just my take on that.
I agree with that. What's your take, PG?
No, number one, I think you should. I mean, I totally get your point, and it makes sense. If you're winning and if you're winning consistently, the goal should be to play up to only get better. If you're not winning, then you should stay at the level you're at. But if you're winning consistently, you should play up so the kids can see where their game's at and where they need to be at. If you're if winning's just the only important thing for you, and the kids are not developing, then we all are failing at that point. To me, because you're more concerned about winning AAU basketball games than more concerned about when these kids go to high school, how well have they developed to play at the next level, which should always be the common goal to play varsity basketball. And you just don't want to see kids. Now I just look at like the last couple of years, and it ain't no disrespect to the teams because even TB13 is not a circuit shoe team yet, but it's just you want to see them compete at that level so the reality will at least kick in on how hard they need to work to get better. And it's like we're missing that part of it. And then it just seems like it sets us up for more failure because all these kids have this dream about going Division 1, and then when they get to high school, they're like competing against Division I players. They're already like 2 steps behind. You know what I'm saying? And just something should give at some point
You
that
took
we
a
get.
if you took a survey of 100 kids, third, eighth grade, just random number from third, eighth grade, how many would you all say would say if if it was a one question survey, do you want to go play Division I college basketball? What percent do you think you would get out of you get 100 kids and that's that one question, anywhere from third, eighth grade?
I think it'd be pretty high, like 70,
Yeah,
75 of them.
yeah, very high.
So I guess the general consensus is that most kids, a high number of kids, want to play Division I, even if they don't even know what Division I is. And definitely at third, eighth grade, they probably don't know what the work ethic that goes into it. So if we stay in a high percent at that point, then it becomes on that AAU coach, that travel ball coach, because we don't want to say AAU because everybody don't play AAU, but that
Yeah.
travel ball coach to make that happen.
I think it started with the parents. It started at home. You know what I'm saying? If the kid is making that decision, especially that early, then let's put that kid in a position to be successful. If a parent has the skills to go out and work on those fundamentals, if not, get the kid a trainer. You know, there's plenty of trainers out here that's working on skill development. You know, some call, some actually, do it pro bono because they love kids. But find your kids a trainer if you can't do it yourself, and then it should be emphasized more when you go to your travel ball program. That's what we did at TB13. We had a lot of coaches with Coach Wheelan's, Coach McGriff, and a lot of the other coaches. They love skill development, and that's what they worked on. Like me, my focus on TB13 this year was shooting, because I think we lack overall the county. We lack shooters, so we really put a focus on shooting um, in our practices, and we got better as the summer went on.
When did you know, both of y'all, when did you know that you wanted to go to college to play ball?
I didn't start playing till 8th grade, so I think it was
Great.
10th grade. I think it
So
was
you
10th
didn't. So 10th grade, you knew.
that I
You
want
said
to play
10th, you
basketball.
said 10th or 8th grade.
10th. Yeah, I didn't. We didn't have. I didn't have that privilege.
So you didn't even have third through eighth grade. You started eighth grade.
Yeah, I was playing baseball.
Okay. When did
I
you
was
decide,
playing baseball
coach?
from 7th grade and 9th grade.
I mean, I come from a family, that's full of athletes. Especially, I had an older brother that was 8 years older than me, so I can say it was pretty early for me. I knew I wanted to go to college and play ball in elementary school. And, at the time, I didn't really care whether it was basketball or football. I just know I just wanted to go to school and play ball. Um, as I got older, I know my chances got better in football. As far as me going and playing D1, so that's the avenue that I took. I rather play D1 football than playing at a lower level in basketball.
And so who at that point, eighth grade for you, early on for you, once you made that decision to yourself, you know that's what you want to do, then who did it become? It was at the house, it was the coach, it was who. I guess what I'm trying to say is, you know what I'm saying? Like when the kids decided, who then becomes the engine to help them to get to that point, to that finish line. I guess I don't know if finish line is the right
We can't
word,
all,
but
we can't all say the parents because all of us ain't have two households.
Hmm.
Like my grandmother raised me, so
that's where I'm going because your grandma raised you, my grandma raised me, so I didn't have a parent for that engine. So if you don't have a parent,
it
like
comes
a
on the coach.
parent, then you know what I'm saying? It's like because my great grandma didn't know nothing about no nothing.
Yeah, she ain't know nothing about no basketball.
She didn't know enough to like go to the gym or go out there on the field and get drilled. She didn't know anything about that. So it's like for me, I'm at a disservice if it's on the parent.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess it's situational. It's not the same for
Yeah.
everybody. I guess it will be situational. I guess that's because we 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 kind of sometimes we get into the blame game, but then we don't always look at who where it should start because are we saying you got away with it, bro? I don't want to say got away with it, but you started eighth grade and ended up still going to college and had a successful career. But nowadays, these kids are getting started earlier and earlier and earlier. So if you wait to eighth or ninth grade in today's climate, are you already done?
No, you're not already done, but you're behind.
Definitely behind, though, right?
You're definitely behind.
You definitely in today's society. If you wait to eighth or ninth grade, you hustling backwards essentially.
Especially if you have those average intangibles. Like you can't control your height. You know what I'm saying? You can't control that. But if 6'8" to 7 foot walk through the door, coaches is gonna be willing to work with that. You know what I'm saying? So if they're 6'8", 7 foot, walking in as a ninth grader, you know what I'm saying? I can work with that. But if you 6 foot walking in, you never played before, something gonna have to separate you from everybody else. And to go back to, not having parents, having grandparents, the great thing about today's world is technology. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a cell phone. So it's easy if even if your grandma is raising you, you can easily bring her the phone and like, hey grandma, look at this video. This is something I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I have, talked to my coach at school. These are the coaches in the community. Can we please reach out to them so I can get training or get help? Before, like when we grew up, we didn't have that. We didn't, we had to know somebody. But I think these kids are in a better situation with technology. You know what I'm saying? Even if they can't, get the grandparents or the parents to take them somewhere, maybe they can buy them a video and they just practice from the video or something. It's just so many avenues right now.
So okay, Tuma Tate got a preseason. We hadn't had one in a while, so appreciate that, boss. Coach, you got anything in your corner?
You might not get no more for a while.
No, man, I don't have nothing today. I think Tuma did a great job with it.
Yeah, man, we're gonna have some stuff. So, um, we're gonna do these last 10, and then I'm gonna ask you all a question after we do these last 10 of the top 50
Sure.
before we go to the top fives.
I want to say shout out to Coach Lubin though, the head coach from Wakava is on here. We getting
Okay,
Orange County love, Coach
yeah,
Lubin.
okay, Coach, you heard about us Tuesday, man. I had y'all see I had to go to a
A
service.
bigger cup.
I had to turn in a red cup for the day. I ain't gonna say what's in here, but Tuesday, man, it was a little different. So anyway, we're gonna go with these last 10, man, and then I'm gonna ask you all a question just to see what the definition is. Y'all two pretty educated guys, so see what y'all take on it. So last 10 in our top 50. You all know the NBA. We started doing this top 50 before we knew the NBA was gonna do they do theirs. Um, and we know that even in the NBA top 75, they left some people off, left some very deserving people off. So saying I like to say, when we list these last 10 names, we already know we have left some people off. Not that we left some people off, but we couldn't put everybody on. Let me say it that way. We had more than 50 deserving people for 50 spots. We picked 50 people. We'll post all the people at some point this week that was in consideration. Though that ain't gonna make it no better, we still gonna be trash in some areas, some gyms, some communities, some rec centers, and we'll take that. But our final 10 of our 50 in alphabetical order, ABC order, as they say, in elementary school. Raymond Allen from Lake Wells, Jimmy Baker, Haynes City, Terrence Christian, Lake Wells. Make sure I get these alphabetical order right. Kevin Foster, Arbondale/Kathleen. I can say that right because he went to Arbondale. For a minute. Miguel Paul Kathleen, Chris Richard Kathleen, Brandon Streeter, Haines City, Derek Striblin, Lake Region, Josh Turner. Uh, I don't know what school we giving him because he went to a couple, but Josh Turner, Dominique Williams, Haines City. That is the last 10 of the top 50. So, my question to you all, what is your definition of an impact player? And do these guys all fit the definition of an impact player? What is an impact player, and do these guys fit that definition?
A game changer, someone who can change the game at any given moment. Someone who can make coaches make adjustments to the game, to the way they play against a certain team, and someone that can bring life to not just themselves as a player, but to the team.
Okay, coach, what's your takes on a
Impact player.
impact player?
First of all, shout out to Keith Jones, Coach Keith Jones. I see he's on here. He coached me in high school. Brought the
How
first
y'all see all these
championship to
football
Lakewell.
players? How y'all see them?
I see him on the live. It pops up. But
Oh,
impact player, um all those 50 dudes that we named, as Tuma said, are game changers. Not only did they change the game, they impacted the game in more than one category, whether it's with points, rebounds, blocks, just energy. When you talk about Adel Bell, a lot of things that he did probably didn't show up in the stat sheet, but he impacted the game on a very high level. And all those people that we named, they did that in some way that made them stand out from everybody in that game or in that era. Those people, those 50 are special. Not only those 50, but some of the people that were left off. They was completely game changers. And it's not all about scoring sometimes. You know what I'm saying? We talked about Russell Wilson on many of occasions. Russell Wilson's not known for scoring, but he ends up being 5A player of the year. It wasn't for scoring. You know what I'm saying? That's not what he's known for, but he impacted the game. Even when he went to,
game changer.
he was a game changer. When he went to Stanford, that's what they said about him. You know what I'm saying? He didn't impact the game by scoring, but defensively, he made a major impact on the game. So it's not only about scoring, and a lot of people get caught up in that. Like
And it
Alvin
ain't
Jones, then
about like,
Alvin Jones impacted the game. He
yeah.
made it so tough to score in in so many ways. Even if he didn't block it, he altered so many shots, which made that team so tough to beat because he was the anchor of their defense.
What you gonna say, bro?
Queen Color as a general point guard was a game changer.
Jay Frog, you know
Jay
what I'm
Frog,
saying?
you guys ain't average 20 points a game, but they
Mhm.
they go 7 assists, 0 turnovers, and play 30 minutes or 32. They controlling the game. They dictating how things go, and them being on the floor is a problem.
And the reason I say that is because impact, like both of y'all said, comes in different ways. And
Yeah.
for us, when we picked our 50, we looked at it from multiple ways. Looked like I froze up.
Yeah, you did. But we heard you.
We look at it from multiple ways. So our list may not be the top scorers of the last 30 years, but it's going to be guys that made impact and affect the games in different ways. And that was our, because we
You know, it's
believe
gonna
like
be interesting. You know, what's gonna be interesting with that, those guys that we put on that list. I would like to know when they make this that we're trash or it's not legit. Who can take any of those guys off the list? It's gonna be my. I want to see that. I mean, some guys that should have been, that could have made it and should have been on there, but like, what guy could you take off the list? Because I think all of us got answers to why that guy is on the list. You know what I'm saying? Like when you say little baby, somebody be like, well, why he on the list? He ain't average 20 a game. Did that? Yeah, but he the same guy that picked up somebody 94 feet. And a coach's worst nightmare was having to have their point guard be a general while this guy was on the court. You know, Jay
Yeah,
Fraud,
he might not have averaged 20 a game, but
the way he
he took
was those
away.
last few years.
Right. He might not have averaged 20 a game, but he took away 20 from the other team.
Yeah.
Folks don't see it that way, but so he didn't average him, but it's just like he was because he took 20 from you, so you wasn't getting the 20 you normally get against other people when you played him. So that's we kind of do a little deeper dive, which ain't always sexy and popular because everybody don't like to dive deep. A lot of people like to stay in the short end, but that's not how we operate. Lake Region Thunder, we do we did it last year. Hopefully the coaches will be receptive to it again this year. But we invite the coaches in to do preseason previews with all their teams. It went pretty well last year, so that's the goal again this year. So when we ring you up, hopefully you'll say yeah, and we'll have you on here. I think every coach that we asked last year said yes, which we were very happy for. So hopefully we'll get a lot of yeses this year as well. So you'll start reaching out starting tomorrow. We know y'all locked and loaded for tomorrow, so we wanted to get these.
Hey, let Reed coach get on here and put me to sleep. So y'all know what I'm gonna do.
We know. We got a preview last week, so
yeah.
All right, man. So I guess I don't know if this is what everybody been waiting on, but we're gonna run it. We got the top 5 we're gonna do. So before we get to the top 5, we're gonna go back and review 10 through 6 from last week, players and teams. Number 10 team was Kathleen. Number 9 was Discovery. 8 was Sebring. 7 was Victory, and 6 was Arbondale. We took a little heat for Arbondale at 6, but we understand. Number 10 players.
Hold on. We took heat for Arbondale being number 6?
Yeah, we took a little heat. A couple people felt like we sized them, Number
on
10.
The page? I didn't see that.
On the players.
Oh, so let me go back and look.
It was on what's name? It was on. I think it was on Twitter. I think a couple people laughed at it on Twitter. Somewhere.
Okay.
I kind of look at all 3 of them, so I just kind of kept going. Number 10 player, Jaden Wynn from Bartow. 9, Trey Lane from Santa Fe. 8, Jamie Phillips from Winter Haven. 7, LJ Kaiser from Victory. And 6, Ro Hardy from Lakeland. We took a little heat from Ro Hardy at 6 also, but we'll take that as well. Like I said, a little heat. I know you locked and loaded, bro. You locked in. In the words of CJ, you locked in, so you don't be seeing everything. So it's all good. I don't bring it to you because I know you got other things you're focused on. So where y'all want to go first? Players or team, or where we want to go first?
Teams.
We'll go teams. All right. So number 5. Number 5, we got our preseason number 5 team is Santa Fe Crimson Hawks. Head coach Mike Blicker. Coach Blicker returns. We feel the top shooter in the county, and Trey Lane, one of the better big men in the county, and Harvey Wilson. And he got 2 transfers in that 3 transfers, I guess, and 3 transfers in that should help. We got Cooper Ellis from Santa Fe, not Santa Fe, from McKeel. You got Tate Darner from McKeel, and he also got Zeke Munoz from Bartow. So Santa Fe at number 5. You want to just run through them and then we talk, or y'all want to talk on them first?
No, I mean it ain't too much to talk about with this team. I mean, you got the chance. To me, you got the transfers in. They competed well this summer. I mean, they haven't been wasn't as dominant as they had been the last 2 years, but they competed. I'm excited to see what they bring to the table. I'm interested to see how their schedule will go. But I mean, I definitely think it was deserving.
By far, they're gonna be the best shooting team in the county, and if they hitting, anybody can get knocked off. You know what I'm saying? They got 4 or 5 people that can really shoot the basketball.
Who
You
the
know what
4
I'm
or
saying?
5? Like, who the 4 or 5? Because I got 2. I got the freshman boy from last year and Trey. Who else they got that can shoot?
Daniel Thompson, I'll be back.
Who?
Daniel, the kid that we liked last year, we was asking,
Number
wondering why
11,
he wasn't
number
playing
11
more.
last year.
That was a freshman.
Yeah,
Yeah, him and Trey. Who else?
They got Darner boy transferred from McKill.
Cooper Ellis.
Who's a freshman.
No, hold, stop. I knew you was gonna say
I
that.
knew where you was
I
going.
did
That's why
not
you
see
asked. I
Cooper
knew where
Ellis
you
make
was going.
one jumper all summer.
I knew you.
Please stop.
I knew
He
where
did
you was
not
going.
make one jumper all summer.
So how you think the kid was averaging 18 points a game last year, Tony?
Last year, get to the bucket. He did not shoot a jumper all summer. He did not hit no 3-pointers.
The kid can shoot too. You know
No,
what
he
I mean?
can't. No, he
Okay.
can't. No, he's a slasher.
So
He's
by far, coach, by far you say by far that Santa Fe got the best shooters in the
They
county.
got a best shooting team. You know what I'm saying?
They
The
got-
New York kid Zeke can shoot. Like I say, you got Daniel, you got Tate, and you got Trey,
Hold
bro.
on,
They can shoot the basketball.
Who is Zeke?
Munoz. He can shoot the basketball, bro. Even Harvey can hit the 3. Come on, man. Y'all stop sizing Blicker them like that. Come on, Tony. Don't do
I
that.
ain't starting Blicker. I'm just you hyping up guys that didn't shoot a jumper all summer.
Man, no kid's gonna be able to shoot the basketball. And if they hitting, they can beat anybody if they're hitting jumpers.
I
If
can
you
see that.
say so, but I ain't see no Cooper Ellis hit no threes. And Polk, did you see the 3-pointers made by Cooper Ellis?
I didn't see him make threes, but I know I saw him make some. I saw him make some at McKill. But he didn't shoot it as well in the summertime. But I've seen him hit some shots though. All right.
If Big Boy is shooting threes, then they're in trouble.
I mean, he don't have to, but he can hit it though. That's all I'm saying. But they gonna stretch.
I don't know no
spread people out, bro.
McKill kid. I don't know the McKill kid. I don't know no Muniz. So I can't speak.
You talking about the young kid, the 9th grader?
I don't know. I don't know the McKill kid that transferred.
Darner's son.
Darner's
game
the basketball.
No, I don't know him. I'm shutting up because I don't know the kid. I don't know.
You actually seen the kid. He played with McKill.
Yeah,
the little small kid that was shooting the basketball.
When I saw Santa Fe this summer, I didn't see that. That's all I'm saying. So I can't speak on. I gotta shut up. I'm gonna trust your judgment, bro.
I'm just saying the Darner kid played for McKill this summer. The little kid that was shooting the basketball.
Oh, McKill was sorry. McKill, great. Come on, man. I wasn't watching no McKill. Yes, up.
All right.
I'm shut up, man.
Checking in at number 4 at our preseason top 25. Lake Wells returns probably arguably the 3. If you're talking about 3 players, they shoot
better than Lake Wells.
We got Sebastian. We got to talk about it. We got Sebastian Rosado, 2024. They got Jay Nixell, Donna Gatlin. They also got Bagley, who transferred over from Bartow. They got Nisco. So they're not big at all, but they play fast. They don't back down for nobody, and they got multiple guys that can score the basket. They went to the playoffs last year. Definitely did much more than we predicted them to do. So they competed in the summer league. I think they were the only team that beat, before Bartow beat, they're the only team that beat Winter Haven in the summer league. Bartow beat them in the championship. But so we got Lake Wells checking in preseason number 4. Y'all thoughts on that one?
Well deserved.
That's what I was going to
say. They should be Elite 8. Knocking at door Final 4. I'm still this guy talking about a school in Orlando. I hate to go backwards. I'm so lost. You need to be asking a question about the offers because these guys somebody we don't know about got a school in Orlando don't got an offer.
All right. So
anyway, Lake Wells gonna be knocking at the door. Only concern with them, They're small.
Their size.
They're small. But the thing is, their advantage is that they were putting full court pressure on people, giving people problems this summer. So hopefully, Coach Banks take advantage of that and continue, putting that pressure on defensively. And if Vash, Donoray, and Excel play at a high level with Anisco, he had a big summer. They're going to be a problem, but their kryptonite is going to be size.
Size. And I really like the Bagley kid coming over from Bart. So I think he's gonna be a real good addition
Yeah, and the
for him.
thing is, he's from Lake Wells. He went to middle school in Lake Wells. It was like the uncertainty of the coaching situation is why he went to Bartow.
Oh, I ain't laughing at you, coach.
I
I
know,
don't know.
Coach.
I don't know who that kid is. So I mean, y'all say y'all excited about him. I don't know. He played at Bartow last year.
He was over the last 2 years.
I'm talking about Bagley.
Yeah, he ain't touched the floor.
He was in the rotation. He wasn't deep in the rotation, but he would get a ton of minutes this year. But
He played. He was a big or guard.
He'll guard.
God,
What number? I'm trying to remember the kid. Like I ain't saying that he can't. I'm just trying
you
to
probably
remember.
want to remember him,
No,
but you'll see he'll be a bit part of
He'll,
what they
great,
do.
he'll be a great fit to them. He'll be a great
Yeah,
fit at Lake World.
yeah. You want to remember him with what Bartow was putting on the floor, but he probably was like the 9th or 10th guy with Bartow, but he'll be like the 5th guy with Lake Wells, and he'd have been probably been right there with Jaden and KJ if he'd stayed at Bartow this year. So you would have
I'm
known him
telling
more
you,
this year.
man. Lake Wells got the best situation out of pretty much out of all the schools because they're in a totally different district, right? They're not even in the same class as Bartow, Kathleen,
no.
Winter Haven. They
No.
They're not in that.
They're in the driver's seat.
They in the district with Arbondale. The Arbondale Sebring them, I think.
Oh, Lake Wells all the same one.
They was last year.
That's gonna be a good battle then. I hope they got a good scheduled game where we can go
Lake
watch
Wells,
it.
Arbondale, Sebring, they all like in the same Lake Gibson.
Actually, it's
Last year, yeah.
It's Arbondale, Bishop Moore, Gateway, Orlando Jones, Lake Mineola,
Oh, so Lake Wells not in it this year. Okay.
and Lake Wells.
They was
Yeah,
in there
well,
too.
that's not a and that's a tough one there, man. You got Jones and Bishop Moore.
But Jones hadn't been tough.
Oh, they
Jones
haven't.
was sub 500 last year.
What about Bishop Moore?
I'll check up on them, but Jones was sub 500 last year.
Wow, that's gonna be still a tough. I mean, that's a tough district.
It's a tough district. It's a different district, but it's tough. It's tough too, though.
Bishop Moore was 11-10 last year.
That's weird that they would send Jones and Bishop Moore this way instead of the Lake County, where they're closer.
There's so many of them. That they do it with the attendance. It must be a new school probably when they come over there, so they took some kids from it.
That's interesting, man.
And then Lake Mineola's coach went to Ocoee, so they got a brand new coach at Lake Mineola. And Kissimmee Gateway, I don't predict them being tough.
I still like Lake Wells and Arbondale in that district.
Yeah, me too.
I love Polk County. I just think it's gonna be. I would not want to play Bishop Moore in the championship game in Bishop Moore.
I agree with that.
That's not a safe zone for everything that your kids can't put nothing. They can't leave nothing on the table in those type of situations.
Gotcha. They got to kill them early.
Arbondale should be in that championship game. Period.
If you leave it down to the last couple of minutes, it's liable to go the wrong way.
Gotcha.
If Lake Wells and Arbondale are not in that championship game, then they underachieve.
I got some more in my cup. Yeah. Early. Okay. All right. Well, number 3 team, we about to really be trash now because it's not gonna be sexy or popular, but hey, y'all know how we operate. We say what we say, we mean what we mean, and we stand on it, and we'll take the backlash and go from there. But our preseason number 3 team, we're gonna lose a lot of our followers, and we okay with that. Bartow Yellow Jackets check in at preseason number 3. Bartow returns KJ Parker, They returned Jaden Wynn from the state team, and they don't return anybody else from the state team. They did bring in the Jaden Thurman kid, transfer from Bloomingdale. They got another kid from Bloomingdale. I can't call his name right now, Coach. I know you know.
Yeah,
Um,
Nate.
but that's kind of the gist of it. After that, it's kind of some moving parts that they hoping they got some young guys that can play that they've been waiting on. I know Wiggins been hurt, and so they got a lot of high expectations for Big Ed Wiggins in the middle. That he finally helped him. He gonna get a chance to play, but he hadn't played yet. So I mean, he hadn't played. We hadn't seen him play yet. We hadn't seen him play with the team. Not saying he hasn't. We just haven't. McGriff kind of do some stuff, that folks don't see. McGriff, the best doer that people don't see her in the state. So I'm sure the kid has already got about 30 games in that we don't know about. But from what we've seen, our preseason, we got Strick. Shout out to the Rock, man.
Hey, man, ain't no shot. I heard Strick going back to Kathleen, man.
Shout out to the Rock, man. So,
all right. True? So, is that true?
All right. So that's where we at. Bartow. Y'all reaction on Bartow checking in preseason number 3.
You know what? I have all confidence in Coach McGriff. I expect them to struggle coming out the gate, and that was my reason for them putting them in at 3. The Bartow team that you're gonna see in November, December is not gonna be the same Bartow team that you see at the end of January. And that's the reason, why I think they should be at number 3 right now. Because I think they're gonna stumble coming out the gate, but it's nobody gonna want to play them at the end of January. Believe me, McGriff will have them ready, and they got a tough schedule. They got another tough schedule.
They need the sign of disrespect from us because we gave them so much praise, and they lost.
A lot. They
lost their team. I mean, they lost everybody. Then, so I mean, they just got to prove a point. They're gonna be there. They did it this summer. We counted them out this summer. They knocked right back on the door, and they were summer league champs. But I mean, it's a good spot. They got to prove themselves, man.
You got to prove it. Polk, you got to prove yourself. We don't care how much we rock with Coach McGriff, Bartow people. So I know when I go to Bartow, they'll be waiting at the door for them like there was a couple years ago. But I take it. Let that happen, Sean. That definitely will help. That definitely helps. If Georgia decide to play basketball, that immediately helps them. I mean, tremendously. I mean, that's go without saying. He one of them impact guys, like you said, don't have to do a lot by scoring to impact the game. So if he does decide to play, then that I know McGriff ain't gonna turn him away. So hopefully for him, he'll end his high school career. You want to do everything you can in high school. You're not gonna play no college basketball. So go on and maximize your high school experience. Go out there and go out it with a bang. Go play, leave it out here, and then go to college, play football, and be a productive citizen. So I hope he do play. That'd be great for him. That'd be great for Bartow. That'd be great for McGriff. So hopefully, he do decide to play. And like I said, I know Bartow ain't gonna turn him away. So, all right, so that's our number 3. All right, checking in at number 2 in our preseason top 25 is the Lakeland Dreadnoughts. Lakeland Dreadnoughts had the most additions that we know of so far, player-wise. They got Tyler Williams from Winter Haven. They got Ro Hardy from Winter Haven. They had Daraje Hardy from Winter Haven to go with a couple of returning guys they already had. They have Anthony Wilcox. They have Zipper. They got a couple football guys. They got Strickland. I think Strickland is back. I know he was hurt a lot last year. Coming back for his last year. But a lot of excitement. If you saw the Dreadnoughts play this summer, they played very fast. I think Tyler Williams, if he was not the best player over the summer, he arguably was the best. And so only on Polk, but we ranked somebody number 2. And we get put on the bulletin board. Well, we can't win for losing. But anyway, y'all take on, let's put Lakeland at number 2 preseason. So we made somebody bulletin board. I mean, we got the number 2 before we made somebody bulletin board. What's y'all take on us with Lakeland number 2 preseason?
Man, I think that's a good spot for them right now. I mean, they probably got the most talented group of players, but I mean, they gonna struggle early as well because the football guys might take a deep run at this, and you might not get those guys until late December, early January, and then it takes a whole another 2 to 3 weeks to kind of get ready. So,
Coach, anything? Are you gonna table your opening statement?
No, man. Judging from where they came from last year to this year, Coach says bulletin board material. I think we're more than gracious giving you number 2. You know what I'm saying? You still got to go out and play. Hen's in a great situation this year, you know, and arguably you got the best point guards in the county. You know what I'm saying? With Rowe and Tyler. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let you know now, man. DeRoger Hardy, I'm his number 1 fan, bro. You know what I'm saying? DeRoger Hardy, I think is gonna be a difference maker for Lakeland. So they can, you know, emphasize and focus their attention on Rowe and on Tyler. Then you have DeRoger coming in. He's gonna be that difference maker. And the Wilcox kid, I think he got something to prove also. Man, the younger kids is the one got me more excited than anything. Like Hen's in a great situation. Like Hen, you know,
can youth hurt? Because they young now. They top like 8 guys. I don't think none of them are seniors. Maybe one, maybe one, but I know ain't more than one. They top like 8 guys is underclassmen. So it's like,
but all of them have played varsity basketball.
So their youth don't matter.
You know what I'm saying? All of them have played varsity basketball. And at least I know 4 of them played since they were freshmen. Tyler, Rowe, DeRoger, Wilcox have played since they were freshmen. So
they played in big games. So
they played in big games.
So none of that stuff. None of that stuff.
They should be ready. It's no excuse. There's no excuse out of Lakeland this year. They got to get it done. You know what I'm saying? They in the toughest district in the state. It's gonna be 3 teams come out of that district. Bartow, Winter Haven.
Back in the day, this the back in the day district.
Yeah. Bartow, Winter Haven, and Lakeland. I expect all 3 to come out of that district. If they don't, then they're gonna have to hear from us. They're gonna hear it from us.
All right. And so that really leaves no doubt as to who our preseason number 1 team is for Polk Hoops, and that is the Winter Haven Blue Devils. It's amazing that Winter Haven lost Rowe, DeRoger, and Tyler, and still are at the level that they're at. But they lost them 3. And Coach Woods now, if y'all remember last year when we did the preseason special with Winter Haven, Coach Woodside wasn't really stressing like you would think somebody would be stressing that lost 3 players the caliber that he lost. And then he said, he kind of threw it out there. He said, well, you know, they leave, but they always come back. And he just kind of chuckled and just went on to the next topic. And probably 2 weeks later, we get the breaking news that Dylan James is on the way back. And the Dylan James that came back ain't the Dylan James that left. This Dylan James that came back was on some other stuff and been on some other stuff. And then you got and then at the time, we didn't know that he had JP and Isaac. Well, Coach knew. And to the people on here that think that we all talk, Coach had JP and Isaac playing on the wing and never told me and bro that they was playing on the wing. So when we were doing all this talk about Winter Haven, talking about who they gonna have run the show because Rowe and Tyler leaving, he never told us, Coach, they got Isaac and Dylan, Isaac and JP doing it. We didn't find out until we walked in the daggone Summer League the first game. So, and that's like straight up. I'm saying, hold on now. Coach, you holding out. All he did, well, he was roughing that time. He just ran up the court, blowing his whistle. No, don't run off what you wasn't now. Hell, we've been on here talking about these people, and you knew the people was had these people running the one and could do it. So that's why him and Coach Woodside. But that's kind of like how Kathleen did last year. Yeah, I'm calling Kathleen out when we ranked them like number 10 or 15, and they know they had the Jimmy Buckets kid coming. They just laughed at us and when they put us on the bulletin board when they knew they had more than what we knew. But in any event, so you got Winter Haven that has all of that. Then they got the Vaughn kid who transferred from Santa Fe. You got the couple kids that play football, the Mayo kid, the little quick guard. You got the kid, that tight end kid that play football. Giovanni, I know I'm saying his name wrong. Giovanni or something like that. I don't know. But you got Dylan who's 6'8" or 6'9". Got what? Plus 20, well, he got about 20 offers now as a junior. You got JP 6'4", 6'5". You got Isaac 6'4", 6'5". I mean, so it's like they
Isaac 6'6" now.
Oh man.
So
we got Kathleen preseason number 10 coach this year. Last year we had them like 12 or 13, but if we didn't know they had Jimmy Buckets, they wouldn't have been that low. They knew they had Jimmy Buckets and they held out on them because people tell me now that knew me before they knew I was Polk Hoops. They can't talk to me the same way. Because they don't know if they're talking to Polk Hoops or they talking to, hold on, but it's me. So I don't get the same information, the same conversation. Like when I come in a room and people stop talking or they'll change the subject. And that's, sometimes that gets a little hurtful. But I got used to it and I've grown to accept it. But in any event, I'm getting off. But Winter Haven is our number one preseason team based off of those factors. What's y'all take on that? What's y'all feedback? I went on a tangent for a minute though, so I apologize.
I told you I had Winter Haven I picked Winter Haven to go to state. So
yeah, Toomer definitely was there the whole entire time about Winter Haven. And I think the main thing was the development of JP and Isaac is the reason why I think I have them so high. Dylan James is special. He's a difference maker on both ends of the court. And he's arguably one of the best shooters in the county.
Who is Dylan James?
Yes, him shooting the three this summer was very impressive. You know what I'm saying? I hope he don't fall in love with it where he just stands out there and that's all he wants to do. But if he continues to shoot the ball at a high level, it's going to be tough to beat them. And Isaac just on another level. You know what I'm saying? That kid can get to the rack. He can mid-range. You know what I'm saying? He can shoot the three. And he rebounds. He was a double-double kid as a freshman, Toomer. As a freshman, he was a double-double kid. And I expect the same thing out of him this year. So I think the Vaughn kid coming over helped give them depth. But those football kids that Barnes mentioned is really going to make them tough. So I expect Winter Haven to be in the White House this year. And Coach Woodside, you got to bring it home. Just getting there is not enough. You got to bring it home.
Now, the thing about Winter Haven that they got an advantage on, if you want to say it's an advantage, on Lakeland and Bartow, is that as of right now, as of Friday, what Friday was, the 29th, as of October 29th at like 10 o'clock, it was basketball season in Winter Haven. It ain't basketball season yet in Lakeland and Bartow. Yeah. It ain't going to be basketball season in Lakeland for a little minute. And it's going to be basketball season in Bartow quicker because they're going to get in the playoffs, but it's going to be a quick conversation for Bartow in the playoffs. So, and the name is Jayshawn Mertil. So I thank you. I hate misspelling kid's name. I think I put that. I went to go charge my computer up, my second computer, and I put it in the wrong computer. So right now, y'all saying I was gonna ask you for bold predictions later, but y'all already made the bold prediction that Winter Haven, even though they're in the same district as Lakeland and Bartow, they going to the state.
Bro, it's championship or bust.
Yeah,
We just talking. It's preseason conversation.
It's championship or bust in Winter Haven, bro.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, it's championship or bust.
Switching on it. I mean, I don't have a reason to switch. I picked them at the beginning.
Right. Well, this is why I say Bartow gonna make to the football playoffs, because even Bartow's strength of schedule, I think it's gonna get them in. Because they gonna play. I think they play Lake Wells Friday. No, they already play Lake Wells. They don't play Armandale. They don't play Lakeland. Who they play Friday?
Lake Wells.
I thought they already played Lake Wells.
Not Bartow.
That was Armandale played them. Yeah. So they're gonna play Lake Wells, who's gonna go to the playoffs. Armandale going to the playoffs. Lakeland, Lake Gibson. That's 4 strong playoff teams right there. They're gonna get plenty of points. Well, they play Vero Beach, who in the playoffs. So I think they're gonna get in. They're gonna be like an 8 seed or 7 seed. But I think they're gonna get in. And I think they're gonna lose the first round, but they're gonna get in. So the point is they ain't gonna have their kids at first. Like Winter Haven finna have their kids tomorrow.
Yeah,
tomorrow?
Yeah, first day of practice tomorrow.
Yeah, first day tomorrow.
Practice starts tomorrow. So that's why we did the show. Look at Coach looking off. That's why we did the show today. Just so we could get it all out. That's why we kind of try to do the scheduling so it'll fall today. But that district though, man, I mean that's an ACC district. With them three are the top 10 teams in the state, man, and they in the same district.
Yeah, bro.
That's the old Bartow, Kathleen, Lake Wells, Haynes City, all in the same district.
Yeah.
So for 1 year, we get it all. For 1 year, we get, and then now those 3 in there, but then Kathleen in the district too, and Jenkins. And I think Ridge, right? It's all Polk County district.
Bro, one of those 3 is making the White House. One of those 3. And right now, I would say it'd be Winter Haven.
Yeah, Coach. Yeah, John Smith. I know. That's why I said practice starts tomorrow, John Smith. But,
But the thing is, they know each other so much. Any given day, Lakeland or Bartow, I mean, any one of them can beat each other. Like I said, it's going to be a representative from Polk in the White House. It can be any one of those 3. The key is actually winning the regional final.
That's just so crazy. I wish there was a way they could send them all to different regions. But, so that's our top 5. So recap: 5 Santa Fe, 4 Lake Wells, 3 Bartow, 2 Lakeland, and 1 Winter Haven. I'm sure we will get a lot more feedback on the page. We already got a lot of feedback here. A lot of people agree, a lot of people don't agree, but that's why we do it. Create conversation. So, moving on to the individual player top 5s. Bro, I know you ain't gonna know who the top class 25 is, so I understand if we lose you for a minute, but try to stay with us for a minute. All right, number 5. Number 5 from Lake Region, Jamarius Elder. Number 4 from Kathleen. I may say his name wrong, so I apologize in advance. Malachi Broffel. Maybe saying his name wrong. Number 3 from Santa Fe, by way of McKeel, Tate Darner. Number 2 from Armandale, Willie Trey Jackson. And number 1 freshman that we have is Brock Alessandro from Oasis Christian. That's our top 5 for the class of 25. I know I'm asking. I know ain't no reaction from you, bro, but any reaction from you, Coach? I know you pay a little more attention, Coach.
No, man. I'm curious to see those kids play that I haven't seen play. D'Alessandro, I think, is ahead of everybody because he's been playing varsity basketball since like 6th grade. The Darner kid is definitely one of the best shooters in the county. The other kids, I'm just looking forward to see them play so we can get a true assessment so we can put them in the right place as far as these ranking goes.
And that's the toughest one. 25 is the toughest one because you just never know. Kids be reclassifying. You don't know that one week they was 25, the next week they 24, the next week they 26. So 25, we will own at 25 as the top one. I mean, the toughest one. And Zay Mosley might be the best thing. No. We missed. We missed. No. That's not right. The kid from what's the name? From Victory. What's the kid from Victory name? He's supposed to be. I'll get it right on the page tomorrow. But the kid from Victory, we missed him on the class 25. I don't have his name wrote down right now on my notes, but I'm sure the Victory coaches will let me know. But the kid from Victory is tough. But two of it was tough. One on reclassified, one didn't. But the one that I wrote his name, I'm just thinking about it now. But I have it tomorrow though. Write myself a note. So Victory coaches, before y'all kill me, I'm saying it right now. I'm owning it. That when I post it, we'll have him listed. Okay, I didn't mention his name right now, and if y'all on here, y'all can get my name right. I saw Coach Wimes on here, so you get me his name, we'll make sure and mention him right now. All right, class of 24. Class of 24. Number 5, Daraji Hardy, Lakeland. Number 4, Sebastian Rosado, Lake Wales. Number 3, Jamie Phillips, Lake Winter Haven. Sorry, Coach Woodside. Number 2, LJ Kaysen, Victory. And number 1, Isaac Salazar, Winter Haven. Any thoughts or feedback on the class of 24 top 5?
Who was? Oh no, that was good. I was just gonna say who was 4, but that's Lake Wells. That's a deep class.
He gonna think we sized him every time. No matter where we went Sebastian at, we sized him. I promise. Like, we can rank him number 2 when we don't size him, bro. I just laugh at him. I like his energy though. I like his confidence too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll text me saying something like that. But I tell you what, man, that class is deep, and they got a lot of good players. I really think LJ can lead the county in scoring. I really think he can.
He's gonna lead the county in scoring. Yes, sir.
And he's gonna take.
The top 3 got Division I offers, man.
They do
already.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you know, I'm a Daraja Hardy fan. I'm big on D. So that top 5 is tough.
The microwave. That's what I call it. The microwave.
Man, D can shoot it. He's a problem on defense. Like
I told Coach here today, for him to get prepared for the next level and actually get looks, he's gonna have to transition, start playing backup point guard. So by his senior year, he's playing point. Because that's what I had to do. I played point guard, like backup point guard. Even if we had other guys who could play it, he needed to learn how to play the point guard because his size is gonna make him a legit PG. And by his senior year, he needs to be at the point.
All right. Wilcox, we're gonna ask. I mean, not Wilcox. Sean Bond, we're gonna ask you the question. We're asking anybody who put something in here, and take off your biased culture shades and just be objective. If we taking one out, who we putting in? I mean, if you putting one in, who we taking out? Keep in mind now, we factored in play. Summer
Name them 5 again. Name them 5 again.
5, Daraji Hardy.
Who led Lakeland in scoring. He led Lakeland in scoring in the summer.
So Josiah Scott, that's who it is. Josiah Scott for the freshman. I'm sorry. Josiah Scott should have been 2. Josiah Scott should have been 2, so I apologize. We'll bump everybody back. So Josiah Scott from Benton. Appreciate that, coach. So y'all make sure y'all saw I got it right. We don't mind correcting mistakes when we make them, but I know I as soon as I said it, I'm like, I know I'm forgetting somebody. So shout out to Josiah Scott. Anyway, back to your point. Number 5 for 24 is Daraja Hardy from Lakeland. Number 4 is Sebastian Rosado from Lake Wells.
He averaged 18 a game.
18 a game as a freshman. Number 3, JP from Winter Haven. Number 2, LJ from Victory. And number 1, Salazar from Winter Haven.
So, Blue Summers, who you taking out? You putting Wilcox in. You putting Nephew in there. Who you taking out? And I agree with you. He did kill it with one family.
He say he would put him at 4 or 5. So
He did kill it with one family.
so that mean that
When
the
you
Raja
take
or
some
Rosado
basketball,
coming.
yeah,
That mean that
take some
But
basketball,
the
yeah.
Raja or Rosado coming out.
I don't think he played well with Lakeland this summer though. He killed it on the travel ball circuit, but I don't think he played well with Lakeland.
So you taking out Vash and putting in Wilcox. So you have to make sure you take that up with Vash then.
You might Bass and Lake Wells,
Yeah, that's what he taking out. He taking out Vash.
18 points
But
a game.
But keep in mind now, Blue Summers got a little connection with the Knots, and I get it. It's fine.
Yeah, but I'm saying you taking out 18 points a game as a freshman.
Where he is on his, but I-5, let me say it again, what Polk 5 is. Daraja Hardy, we stand on I-5, and we good about I-5. We lighten up. We know he a ball player. We expect big things out of him, but we got to keep it G, and that's what we do. 5 is Daraja. 4 is Vash. 3 is JP. 2 is LJ, and 1 is Isaac. Okay. All right. That might be the most talented class in the county, top to bottom. But
I think so too.
Arguably, if they ain't the top class 23 is not off by much. They both factor in, but from my understanding now, Daraja played well on the circuit, and I know he played well in the summer league. We can't say that both of them was the case for Wilcox, since y'all know how I don't like getting specific with names, but if y'all put them out there, we'll definitely talk about it. We know that the LJ kid killed it on the circuit and summer league. We know Isaac killed it on the summer league and circuit. We know JP killed it on the summer league and the circuit. We can't say that about Wilcox. He didn't kill it in the summer league. He killed on the circuit. He didn't do it both places. So, do they both matter? Yes, they both matter. Them 4 guys all killed it on the summer league and the circuit, and he didn't. Facts is facts. All right. Hearing none, as they say with Robert Rules of Order, we'll keep moving. Class of 23, number 5. Guy that we've been hating on, I guess, apparently for a while now. Kirvin Nash from Armandale. Number 4, Ro Hardy from Lakeland. Number 3. We're gonna lose some people. We're gonna lose some people in on Hollywood Road. But anyway, number 3, Tyler Williams, Lakeland. Number 2, KJ Parker from not from Kathleen, from Bartow. And number 1, Dylan James from Winter Haven.
Man, I don't see how you can argue.
We don't mind saying it. We don't mind saying what we don't mind standing on it. I mean, you ask, we'll answer it. That's we always answer it. So anyway, this group probably was the most.
What was the that was KK at number 5 at Auburndale?
Yeah.
This was probably the most hotly debated one, and the majority ruled in this one. But anyway, what y'all feedback and thoughts on this one?
I think it falls in line on where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm high on KK. But I think everybody's where they're supposed to be at. Rose coming off an injury from the season last year, but he had a really big summer. You know what I'm saying? If Rose stayed healthy, you know what I'm saying? I think Rose probably the top point guard in the county. And he can do it from all 3 levels. He can score from all 3 levels. And he's tough defensively. But that class is loaded. You know what I'm saying? You got Roe and Tyler on the same team. And then you got Dylan James. I mean, you can't move Dylan for number 1 with the offers that he has. So I understand that people don't agree, but in the end, it's going to sort itself out on the court.
I don't know who they can switch. Like, I don't know who you can move in and out. That's like the 5 legit. 5.
I don't know if people got. I don't know if people got. I don't know if people got a problem with the 5. They got a problem with the order of the 5.
1, 2, and 3. I mean, 2 and 3 could go back and forth, but who you gonna roll in KK? Is KK better than roll?
I think the conversation is Tyler and KJ. That's in the chat right now. Tyler and KJ. Tyler and KJ.
Yeah, we had that discussion. We went back and forth about that.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was basically the same discussion that's going on in the chat right now. But like I said, it's going to sort itself out on the court. KJ's in a better position because I don't think he has the scores that he's had previously with Walt leaving and all those other guards and stuff leaving. So KJ got to be the primary scorer this year, where Tyler and Rowe and Daraja and Wilcox, the scoring is probably going to be a lot more balanced. But
What had a better summer league than who, coach? Like than KK? Both of them like played hurt during the summer league, right?
I know Rowe did.
Yeah, we had that discussion about Tyler being the summer league MVP, and then KJ took Bartow from everybody thought Bartow was out of it to winning the summer league. So KJ got MVP of the summer league tournament. Tyler got MVP of the summer league. That one could go either way. We actually was like that. And honestly, we can talk about it now. That can go either way because we was back and forth about it. But
yeah, and we changed them a couple times.
yeah, we went up to that. What that was Friday. We was still trying to make a
judgment. Yep. Is Tyler a college PG? I think he is. Higgins, Tyler can play. I mean, he got a D1 offer now. He can play point guard at the college level, at the D1 level.
Tyler can be the most valuable player of the Lakeland High School because he can guard all 5 positions for them.
I agree. But the thing is, and I talk to Tyler about this all the time, he has to be more consistent with how hard he plays. It's Tyler either the best player on the court or sometimes you forget Tyler's on the court. And I constantly remind him of that. If Tyler played at a high level all the time, I think Tyler be the clear cut number 2 right now. You know what I'm saying? Tyler show flashes of being great. But sometimes I don't know if he gets tired or what's going on. You know what I'm saying? He takes a back seat at moments in the game, and he's got to continue to apply pressure at all times because his skill level is actually pretty high. That fadeaway jumper that he was shooting in the summer league, I was very impressed with.
Yeah, Dylan, y'all can't talk about. Yeah, man, Dylan can't help that he's 6'9" and young. He in 11th grade. He's a junior. He's a legitimate junior. This the crazy thing about Dylan. When Dylan first came in as a freshman, he wasn't even in the conversation. I know for us, we barely had him in our top 10 as a freshman, and for him and
but even then, I said he had the highest ceiling.
But we said that because he was going to keep growing. Mm-hmm. But we didn't see him growing to be no wing. We saw him growing to be almost like a inside dominant shot blocking type guy. Then he doesn't care. He done turned to something totally different, than what he is now. Same thing with Tyler, man. I mean, we didn't have Tyler ranked this high. He just kept getting better. He keep getting better. They just keep getting better. But yeah, we had Tyler and Rowe was. I think Rowe might have been the top one. No, Tyler was the top one in that group, 9th grade. Tyler was the one we was talking about the most. But we said Rowe was gonna be tough because he had been playing PG for so long. You remember Rowe went to play varsity PG over at McKeel's 8th grade year. Mm-hmm. A lot of people kind of forgot about that too.
D was on that team too.
D played 8th grade at
7th and 8th.
7th and 8th grade at McKeel too before he went over to what's name. So that's our top 5 for 25, 23. 23 probably was the toughest group, the kind of rank. And so we'll do 22. 23 was. So class of 2022, number 5, to my boy, Cooper Ellis, Santa Fe. Number 4, Donna
Gotta
Gatlin. Donna
say he
Gatlin from Donna Gatlin from Lake Wales. Number 3, Jaden Wynn from Bartow. Number 2, Trey Lane from Santa Fe. And number 1, Devontre Chaney from Frostproof. Why does Devontre Chaney not get any respect from folks, man? That's a me question. Why does that kid not get respect from people?
Man, people
He had
haven't seen
Frostproof?
that kid play because he had frostproof. They haven't seen that kid play. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the reason why people don't know about that kid. That kid is special. I'm not gonna lie to you. Remember, I was telling y'all about that kid early. You know what I'm saying? He can do it from all 3 levels, and he athletic as I don't know what. He's tough on defense, and bro, he will try you. He will dunk on you. He can shoot it. You know what I'm saying? So I think
I'm definitely a believer.
it's where he plays at, and also for Frostproof to make that next step, they have to beat some of these top teams in the county. And that's another reason I think he doesn't get the recognition that he deserves. But Devontae Train is the real deal. I'm a big fan of him.
He's definitely number one.
Cause Tuma don't like Frostproof. That's why he don't get no love.
Is hold on. Is Frostproof the team that we was going back and forth with?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was
that was you.
that?
That was the coach at the thing Sunday. Yeah, that was coach at the photo shoot.
Man, he killed the photo shoot too, man. Dang. That's crazy.
Yeah, man, you guys, man. The man who gave us poses, man. Showed major love, man. And you on some other stuff, man. You gotta give people a chance, man. You gotta give people a chance, man.
Man, listen, I don't be knowing them people, man. I just be talking, bro. They take me serious. Obviously he ain't take it too serious because he was cool as hell.
So, yeah, he real. I knew he was cool,
but
I knew
like he ain't come off like he ain't finna speak, and he was like helpful. Man, he was cool. You're a cool dude. It's funny
man.
you can get behind this thing and talk crazy, and you meet people, they be cool.
Yeah.
It's not personal, bro. None of this is personal. Like none of this is personal. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to give the best assessment that we can. You know what I'm saying?
I can't even go to Lake Well right now, man. What you talking about? Ain't nothing personal.
Bro,
man.
you can go to Lake Well. I can make sure you get in.
Make
sure you get in. But it's not personal, bro. It's just we're here trying to give as much information as we can and highlight these kids and these coaches and these programs. But it's not personal. It's not a personal attack on a coach because we rank a team a certain thing or a kid a certain thing. It's not personal. You know what I'm saying? Like we try to be as most unbiased as we can.
Hey, I didn't hear Tuma say nothing. Yeah. I didn't hear Coach say nothing. I didn't hear me say nothing negative about what we just said. We just named people. We put them where we thought they would go. We gave y'all the rationales why we put them where we put them at. And we went from there. I know I own earlier that I missed the Josiah Scott kid from Victory, but I got him. And can you
say those last 5 again? Who was number 5? Who was 5? Cooper was number 3, right?
Cooper was 5.
Cooper was 5?
Yeah. Gatlin was 4 from Lake Wells. Wynn was 3 from Bartow.
Yeah.
2 was Trey Lane and 1 was Chaney.
I mean, you can't say enough about Trey, man. Trey been killing it ever since he was at Lakeland. We always been high on Trey. You know what I'm saying? But Chaney, boy, at Frostproof, man, listen.
Hey, we're gonna give folks we don't care if y'all know about them or not. We're gonna help y'all know about it. We're gonna shout out kids that can go no matter.
You remember when he dunked on the kid from Sebring this summer? Oh my God. I seen him do it to a couple kids on the circuit, boy. Chaney can go.
They gonna know because he in that photo shoot.
All right, so he's so petty. All right, man. For basketball now, they were the question. What's one bold? I think a couple of y'all already done said it. What's your one bold prediction this basketball season? If you had to make one right now with practice starting tomorrow officially, what's one? You may have more than one, but what's one bold prediction that you got?
Blicker makes the Final Four. Santa Fe making the Final Four.
What stop?
But they're not in that region anymore. They
Oh,
not
it's
in
not.
there with Calvary Christian and them no more.
Oh well, hey.
See, I done did my homework, Tuma.
Boy,
They
stop. What's they
they
Santa Fe?
have a legitimate chance making the Final Four. Telling you, that's my bold prediction. Santa Fe making the Final Four.
What's yours, bro?
I can't have one after that one. Whoa.
My bold. Oh, Coach Hayes say Polk County got 2 state champs. Okay. My bold prediction is we will get at least 9 teams in the playoffs. At least 9 teams in the playoffs this year.
You calling that bold?
Yeah, I'm calling that bold. Last year we had 2.
I go Lake Wells, Auburndale gonna make the playoffs. Santa Fe gonna make the playoffs. That's 3. Discovery, that's 4. Winter Haven, Lakeland, and Bartow, that's 7. Who else you got? You said 9. That's 7 lot right there. Who the other 2 is? Coach. Don't say McKeel. McKeel ain't making it.
Sebring and Victory.
Okay. So ain't nothing bold about that. I think all them locked.
I don't think they lost though, boss. But I'm saying I got 9 teams to make the playoffs, and I got 3 to make the regional finals. Is that bold?
No, that's bold.
It's bold. You
Well,
say
you know what? It can happen
I got
because
3 to make regional finals, and I say that.
two of them is gonna be either Winter Haven, Bartow, or Lakeland playing each other in the regional final. So that's gonna be 2 of them, and the other one's gonna be Santa Fe.
So that ain't bold, you saying? So if I say 4, that'd be bold.
And Discovery may make it also to the regional final.
I got 4 teams making the regional final. Let me say that. That's my bold prediction. I got 4 teams making the regional finals this year. I'm not saying what 4, but I got 4 teams in Polk County making the regional finals this year. That's my bold prediction. Let me write this down. So,
I need to know who Santa Fe in before I go to somebody who make it.
Coach bold prediction: Santa Fe to the White House. I'm writing it down. My bold prediction is 4 teams in the regional finals. Because if I don't write it down, I'm gonna forget. All right, PG, you got a bold prediction?
Nah, this guy said Santa Fe gonna make the state. I can't top
that. You can't come back from that. You gotta work on it a little bit. Okay. All right. Well, we'll hopefully bro get his next time we out. So, last question, and then we done. So we done dropped all the 5s, and we'll continue with the last 5 individuals this week. Although we probably kind of gave away with some of the order, but we'll still post them because they deserve their day like everybody else got their day. They'll get their day this week. So 5 through 1 to get posted. But goals. How important are goals? How often should you check on your goals? And how often should you change them?
Hey, Coach, your frat brother back on. He ran from a one. I heard you going to Kathleen Street. That's the football talk tonight. I heard you going back to Kathleen. You ain't answered that question yet.
Football. So the only games going this week is what? Lake Wells. I'm not aware. Lake Gibson and Auburndale, and Lakewood. Anybody else playing this week? Everybody else done, right?
I got Lakeland and I got Lakeland and Lake Gibson winning those games.
Straight, y'all got a game Friday? I like Lake Gibson too, and I like
Strick don't play somebody that haven't won a game. So
that Lake Gibson Auburndale game gonna be
Strick
tough.
them should actually make the playoffs for the first time in Tenor history.
We're gonna do playoffs next week. In Lake Wells Bartow. Oh, where that's at? That got a lot to do with that game. I like Lake Wells, but right offhand, but I like Lake Wells in that one. I like Lake Wells. I like Lake Gibson. I like Lakeland. And I like Tenor Rock. I don't even know who Tenor Rock playing, but I like Tenor Rock. Coach Kelly, I'm not allowed to pick. I wasn't supposed to pick Lake Gibson either. I'm not allowed to pick Kathleen and Lake Gibson games. So
I like Kathleen
I
against
talk about it, but I'm not allowed to pick when they say I'm biased with Kathleen because I went there. They say I'm biased with Lake Gibson because my son played there, which probably is true.
I like Kathleen. As long as Kathleen ain't playing no Polk County team, Kathleen gonna beat the brakes off of them.
So you like Kathleen to finish out on the win? That'd be
Yeah.
good for the kids because they had a couple tough couple weeks.
I like Kathleen for the win.
Kathleen got. I mean, I went out there to the game
If
Friday.
they ain't a Polk County team, like they just playing like
Man,
here.
they just don't have no numbers, bro. They just get wore down. They got kids playing every. Nobody gets to come off the field. They got kids that can play. They got 20. Lakeland got 50. Lake Gibson got 50. I mean, you just get wore down. You playing everything. You offense, defense, special teams. You going to get some pop.
Game at with Auburn and Lake Gibson? That game. Where's that game at?
I don't know where that one at.
Boy, that game. That's gonna be a banana in the tailpipe.
If that game went there?
If that game is in Lake Gibson, that's gonna be a banana in the tailpipe.
It's at Lake Gibson.
Hey,
hold on, man. Y'all got two of y'all saying Lake Gibson, one of y'all saying Arbondale. Can't be both.
Lake Gibson by 12 or 14 if it's in Lake Gibson.
Arbondale tough at home. Yeah, they play tough at home. If it's at Lake Gibson,
I'm looking at Santa Fe's region. They'll play somebody from down south in the regional final.
Who?
Probably be St. Andrews again, and St. Andrews lost a lot.
Who that?
It wasn't as good last year.
Who?
Santa Fe.
Yeah, man, Santa Fe ain't making no state.
Bro, their region is weak though.
Boy, stop.
All right, so
hey, you sound like Coach Griffin last year talking about Santa Fe we're gonna make it.
Yeah, we definitely got to show.
I knew they weren't gonna make it last year.
You knew that. I'm saying that's what Coach Griffin said. He owed me some chicken wings and French fries.
So the big games this week, Lake West Bartow. Y'all got. I know who you got, Coach. Who you got to me?
Lake Wells. Bartow don't feel like.
I like Lake Wells too. All right, so the game is at Arbondale.
Bartow lose that game, they're not gonna make the playoffs.
Lake Gibson at Arbondale. I can't pick that one.
I love Lake Gibson.
At Arbondale. At Arbondale. Don't matter.
I love Lake Gibson. You know what that means, right?
What that mean? Coach, who you like? Arbondale, Lakeland.
Bro, I like Lake Gibson, man. Even when Arbondale, I think, actually had better teams, they still wasn't able to get over that hump. But I think it's going to be a really close game again.
I like
if they can't stop that boy from running the football, then it's going to be trouble.
Two good backs in that game. You got Jalen from Lake Gibson. You got Tank from Arbondale. That quarterback for Lake Gibson from Arbondale been playing good this year, but he probably ain't playing no secondary like he's gonna play against. Guess he's gonna play Friday with Sam and Kamani and Javante and Villas and Butler back there. That's a top flight secondary. So
man, Haynes City 7-2 in football.
Yeah, Haynes City done shocked the world, man.
Who they don't play the same schedule? Tenor Rock.
Yeah, they beat Tenor Rock. Yeah, they gave the Tenor Rock pretty good.
Well, I think they played the same schedule as Tenor Rock, like the same.
Oh, the same schedule as Tenor Rock. Oh, I don't know if they played the same. They played the independent schedule, but they still 7-2.
Yeah.
So I ain't seen it in football. That's a big deal.
That's big, dog. They were on like a 40-game losing streak or something.
Oh man, Lakeland at St. Pete Lakewood. They're going over to St. Pete. This is surprising to me that Lakeland would play a game like this right for the playoff. They usually don't play a team this type of caliber, and especially on the road this late in the year.
Bro, they say Lakewood is loaded too.
They got that boy going to Alabama.
Lakewood got a squad, bro. They ain't bad now.
Yeah, they loaded.
That's a big game. I think that could be a trap game for Lakeland, man. Like real deal, I think that could be a trap game for Lakeland.
But
I like Lakeland by like 6.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a close game too. If Castle open it up and actually throw the football, I like Lakeland too. But they can't go over there pump faking or being passive. You know what I'm saying? Like Tyler's 6'5" out there. You gotta take advantage of that and take advantage of it early. You know what I'm saying? Like that kid out there, he had 3 touchdowns last week. Yeah. How you not get that kid the ball? Like
he's throwing the ball now. He's throwing it more than he has. So that's especially this part. At this point in the year, Castle had been stopped throwing the ball. He has to throw the ball late in the year. So that's saying something. So
yeah, you got to get that kid the ball, man. You
Okay.
know what I'm
So
saying? You know you're gonna run it, but you gotta open it up a little bit.
okay. All right. Well, we'll ask the goals question next week because we I know it's Sunday night football, and it's Halloween and everything, and so we done got on here and we dropped the fives on for everybody. We dropped the last tens. We'll post them on the page tomorrow. I know that practice starts officially tomorrow, man. It's already November. It's already November, man. It's flying by. So I want to say as everybody gets started tomorrow with the balls officially out, man. Good luck to all the teams in Polk County, the coaches that's on here and that's not on here. We're gonna be reaching out to you all. We're gonna be doing our preseason. Hopefully, if everybody say yeah, our preseason coaches thing starting next week, maybe, hopefully, where we start getting the coaches in and come in and talk about the team. We want to get the top five and get all the rankings out the way before we did it. So hopefully we got Lake Region that, so we'll reach out to you first, coach. We'll get you on here, and maybe the Bear can get on here. So he kind of upset about his ranking, so we can get Lakeland Lake Region up first if they say yeah, and try to do 2 teams a week until the season, into the season, and kind of go from there. So man, good luck to y'all, man, on this as y'all get started. Wish nothing but success for all the teams. Stay healthy. Y'all guys, that basketball season has started officially. Good luck. Y'all guys, they got to wait a little while. Just, keep faith. As y'all send us y'all schedules, man, we'll post them on the page and we'll put them in our little thing. So we'll make sure that everybody is kind of know who playing and know where you playing at. If you send it to us, we'll post it. We always have and we always will. Because that's what we're about. You're in the transfer portal strict. Okay. You can't go to transfer portal. You got people to the you got the people to the to the people to the playoffs. You finish. That's when you go to, I guess. You go when you're hot, not when you're not. So I get it.
Oh man.
It makes sense. So anything else, man? Y'all all right, so we know we got Lake Region for show next week. He just confirmed. So we'll try to get one more. We'll see if Coach said he want to go December 4th, so we'll wait for him. So
can't go December 4th. That's a Saturday, coach.
What are you talking about then? Anyway, we'll reach out to him next Sunday. We know we got at least Lake Region is gonna come on and talk about this team, and we'll try to get at least one more team and kind of go from there. We'll be done with the top fives by the end of all these rankings and stuff.
I know they better not be born.
All right, so we got Lakeland Lake Region next week that'll be in the man cave talking about their squads and December 4th opening night for the Knots. They waiting a while. That's smart. That's smart scheduling. When you know you're gonna have your guys. Don't be running to play. Don't run to play nobody. Yeah, I ain't raising no dummy. Good thing you paying attention back in the day. Don't run up on no buzzsaw. You don't run up in no gunfight. And you ain't got nothing but slingshots and acorns. Make sure you load it just like they loaded for you. Go scrap up. You don't mind scrapping up with people. Make sure you scrapping up with all your people. So you ain't wrong. I ain't mad at you for that. Taught you well. So, all right, man. We appreciate y'all rocking with us as always. We're going to post all this stuff tomorrow. Congrats to the young men. Congrats to everybody. Pray that y'all continue to be safe, man. It's schedule rigged. Coach, anything y'all got before we get off? Any other thoughts y'all got before we jump off?
Oh, man. Good luck to everybody. Everybody
Damn,
stay safe, stay healthy.
That's that Bartow thing. Stay out of people way. McGriff, you don't never see McGriff till he wants you to see him. Lakeland taking that blueprint and shit. They ain't playing in Polk County in January. They don't know what's going on.
I learned that with my 2012 team, man. I knew my football team, we made the playoffs every year. I think my first game was like December 1st or something that year. We went in the City of Palms for like 2 games. Like, bro, it was like you say, you can't go into a gunfight with you don't even have no bullets. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to turn down Scott Williams for the Metro Challenge. Like, coach, I'm not gonna have my players. So I applaud those coaches. Lakeland, you know what I'm saying? Bartow, Winter Haven. I think most of them have pushed their schedule back. Winter Haven in a good spot because you'll actually get to have all those kids for a couple weeks before you
he got his kids now. It's basketball season in Winter Haven right now. That's crazy though that he get his guys from the jump. He don't even have to wait for them. So.
But he's out of everybody. He's the one that really have basketball players. Toombs talk about that all the time. He has at least 4 kids that are straight basketball players. So that's all they've been doing is hooping.
If I was a football coach on Winter Haven campus, JP would he had to file harassment charges on me. Ain't nowhere in the world he'd be walking around that campus and he wouldn't be playing football. I'd be his class every period. Hey man,
he plays football every year in Little League. He played football every year.
There ain't nowhere in the world that kid when me if he would have to continually tell me no, I ain't doing the coach. Isaac and Dylan okay, but that how that boy JP look, he could be getting he could have just been out in football as Dylan got in basketball.
And the thing is, with Isaac, two older brothers were football players, and
did his daddy play football too?
Yeah, Jamie played. He didn't play his senior year.
Yeah, I can say not the year.
But he played, I think, up until his junior year.
Man, no wonder he be walking around my campus ain't playing football. But he might. And maybe the coach asked him. He just said no. Maybe the coach asked him. He said no. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing now. That he might not have got with the right coach. The right coach come in now. Hint. You know, some people that in the chat. The right coach get over there, then that might change. You know, it's got a lot to do with the coaching. So we'll leave that there because we try not to start.
You call it strict out, boy. You call it strict out.
I didn't call no name. You called the name. It's
plenty
coaches. It's plenty coaches in the coaches chat in the chat right now. There's a lot of coaches in the chat box right now.
Going back to
hey, coach, he ain't
coach.
Coach, he ain't coach football. Could be talking about Coach Hen. He's a football coach too. He don't just do basketball.
Hey, word on the street is he going back to Cali.
Well, it's gonna be a busy offseason. We've heard that too, so we'll see. Anyway, man, we appreciate y'all, man. Y'all good luck to y'all first day when y'all get to roll the balls out officially. Y'all get to, be in the gym with the kids, make it productive. All y'all that's having tryouts, hopefully y'all tryouts go well. You see this, coach? Hopefully the tryouts go well. All right, I'll stay off that one. All right, so next week, man, we'll have Lake Region and Lakeland in the man cave talking about their team getting ready for the season, man. So that should be fun. So appreciate y'all support, man. Everybody be safe this week, man. Y'all stay blessed. Make sure you let people know that you love them. Make sure they don't know that they don't have to wonder it, that they know all the time. I'm getting tongue-tied. I'm looking at the chat, and there's a lot going on in the chat. So I'm going to jump on off at that point, man. Y'all be safe, man. Happy Halloween if you're still trick-or-treating, and we'll see y'all next week, man. Till next time, Polk Hoops, we out. Be safe, man.